Well, I think I finally did it, y'all. I found a temple that was not marked, no Ministry of Culture designation, no indications that archaeologists had ever been there.
¿Dónde vas?
Estoy buscando las ruinas que están aquí. I believe that there is a temple back that way. This is it. This is the ruin I saw. Holy hell, look at this pottery. People dug into this. I'm right on top of it. That's incredible. I didn't even notice. So this place clearly hasn't been excavated yet. There's so many pieces of pottery. Look at the stone that's buried underneath all of this. This is a temple. All right, let's do it. I found these unlabeled structures situated in a valley in northern Peru. The most interesting was this one here, which I believe is the remnants of an ancient temple, specifically because of this formation here. It looks like the typical sunken circular plaza often attributed to temples constructed by the Norte Chico culture in places like Caral, which is the site in Peru that hosts the oldest known stone temple pyramids in the Americas, and they actually predate the current academic dating of the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. This temple, I believe I found, is also oriented facing northeast, an alignment consistent with ancient architecture being oriented in this direction to account for and honor the sun rising on the annual solstices. There also appears to be the remnants of other ancient architecture situated along a mountain slope directly to the west of the temple, and you can see that here. These were my assumptions, and now it was time to verify, put the coordinates in my GPS, and make my way. I've condensed hours of beautiful but rough driving into about 20 seconds here. So I'm lost. I got turned around on some back roads here, and I'm lost. I lost the main road, so there are some farmers working in their fields, and I think I'm going to approach them and ask them for help. So let's see how that goes. Señor, discúlpame. Ese no es la carretera primero, ¿no? La calle.
No es.
No es.
¿A dónde vas?
Estoy buscando las ruinas que están aquí.
A la vuelta, pe.
Sí, están ahí. ¿Cómo seguir?
De frente, no, pe. Te vas toda la orilla, a esa planta grande, entra por ahí y no está el colegio.
¿Y con el carro o no?
No, el carro vas a dejar afuera, ya, al frente.
Y
a la derecha. Sales a la derecha.
A la derecha, ya.
Ya, todo viene toda la orilla así, por abajo. Voy a carteza para arriba, pe.
Y se parque el carro y caminar.
Claro.
Muchas gracias, ¿ya?
Ya.
Gracias. Well, that's a positive sign they knew of the ruins, which is great. Not so positive sign is I knew I had to go to the right, but we're going to turn around and see how it goes. All right, I'm here in this valley because I believe that there is a temple back that way because of the sunken circular plaza I saw on Google Earth, and so I am going to climb up there and see what we see. Besides the temple structure itself, there were a handful of much smaller structures in the surrounding area. They also appeared to be laying in ruin or reduced to rubble like the pyramid structure itself was seeming to be. You can see the temple here and make out the faint indentation of the sunken circular plaza. I was approaching the structure from the opposite side here. I'm on. Holy hell, it is. This is a ruin. This is a ruin. Holy hell. This is it. This is this is the ruin I saw. You can see the indentations here in the top where things have been dug out. No way. This is it. Wow. Oh, this is, look, this is what's buried underneath. Holy hell, look at this pottery. People dug into this. With this huge piece of pottery being so close to the part that is dug out here, it's likely that this was a chamber which contained some sort of burial, and the pottery itself was discarded after collecting or searching for what may have been within it. They definitely dug into this. But look what's underneath. Look at the stone that's buried underneath all of this. That's incredible. I didn't even notice. I'm right on top of it. I bet you start digging, you're gonna find some stuff. Probably like right there. This is it. This is the, and I knew it. That was the sunken circular plaza over there. It's difficult to make out, but you can see the faint impressions of the plaza here. This is a temple. And across the valley, you can see this mountain peak, and the sun would have risen right over it during the solstice. Part of the reason I'm also suggesting this is a sister site to Corral, or at least likely a Norte Chico culture construction, is the type of stones being used. Even though this particular site is in a valley over 100 kilometers away, stones, oh, they're heavy, and has majorly been reduced to rubble, it's like a delicate ecosystem. You can see the similarities when comparing the stones to these images here. These are my images of an excavated pyramid right near Corral, and from it you can see what the stones may have looked like when they were assembled, because they're very similar to what I was seeing at this undocumented location. The sunken circular plaza is a staple of early pyramid construction methodology in northern Peru, with the Norte Chico culture and the pyramid site of Corral being the earliest example. You can see that architectural style in several of the pyramids at the Corral site itself. The adjacent site here to the west of the temple could possibly have been terracing, which if so, it would shockingly make it one of the oldest examples of it. Or it could potentially be housing or some sort of administrative center. I wasn't sure, so best to hike over and take a look. Alright, so after confirming by the drone what I saw on Google Earth, I am headed to that location, and it was super strange. It looked like there was a cactus, a cactus growing in the middle of it, of like just one lonely, isolated cactus. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was the San Pedro cactus, given the psychedelic properties and, you know, ancient shamanism. If the cactus was revered in some way, it's pretty strange. So let's just go there and take a look. Looks like there's a little path here. There's little pieces of pottery everywhere. There's the lip of a piece of pottery. So this is definitely a ceramic culture. Now, although the Norte Chico were a pre-ceramic culture, it is well known that subsequent cultures would frequently occupy the same structures of their predecessors, adopting and expanding them. So I believe the pottery I was finding at this site can be attributed to reoccupation. Much more pottery shards. Oh, there's a cactus there. That's weird. It looks like these cacti align. Let's go stand in front of it and see. There's holes, pieces of pottery. There were also several large pieces of wood scattered throughout the site, much longer and thicker than what I was seeing naturally appear in the surrounding valley. You can definitely see the layers of whatever this structure is. I don't know if it's a temple or not. But look at how the cacti align. That is so strange. I tried to reverse image search the cactus to identify it, but I came up with mixed results. Accepting that some cacti can indeed survive for hundreds of years, thousands of years though is a completely different story. So perhaps it's possible that the life cycle at this particular location somehow allowed for generations of continual growth and decay. Either way, it was certainly peculiar. Forgive the wind, as annoying as it is. There's so many pieces of pottery. Oh, wow. Look at that. That piece of pottery. So this looks like different cultural pottery, because some of the stuff I found is very plain, but this clearly has, sorry, my shadow keeps getting in the way. Some of the early ceramic cultures would create molds that could be pressed upon the clay to create reproducible designs on pottery. That's what we're seeing here. The stones at this location looked just like the ones that were strewn about at the temple, which to me indicates that it's likely the same culture that was responsible for building both. Also pieces of wood. It's a little strange. Somebody was digging in here. There's someone digging in there. Definitely digging in here. There were also bone fragments at several of these looting pits, which indicated that a burial and remains were disturbed. place clearly hasn't been excavated yet. Look at what's inside. Imagine that goes all the way across there. Looks like rubble, but it surely is not. You can see more bone fragments here. Well, I think I finally did it, y'all. I think I might have done it. I found a temple that was not marked, no Ministry of Culture designation, no survey sticks, no indications that archaeologists had ever been there. Even the locals knew of the ruins, but they didn't even know the name, or it didn't have a name. So just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm still navigating and networking for contacts to take the next appropriate steps with something like this. And there's a ton of other stuff I'm working on to present to you all, so be sure to hit that subscribe button for the latest adventure and the newest updates on everything I've been presenting. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to leave a comment below. Please like and share this with anyone you think might find it interesting. And if you enjoy this content and like the work that I'm doing and want to help support, there's a ton of ways to do that. Those will all be in the description below. Things like Patreon for exclusive content and cool, unique merchandise that I've created, all which will help support future and further expeditions into some of these newly discovered and forgotten locations. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.